It's an event that hasn't occurred in almost 100 years. The last time a total solar eclipse impacted this much of the United States, the city of Kingsport was celebrating its first birthday. That was 1918. The First World War was raging across Europe. Woodrow Wilson was president, and the population of Bristol was only about 15,000. Today, it's more than double that. Today, America will see a spectacular sight in the skies. The skies over Appalachia will darken as the moon covers up the sun. We'll show you some of the sights and sounds across the nation, across Tennessee, and across the Tri-Cities as this once-in-a-lifetime event unfolds.
Good afternoon, and thank you for joining for the News 5 WCYB special report, Nature's Blackout, tracking the 2017 solar eclipse. I'm Preston Ayers.
And I'm Olivia Bailey. We have team coverage across East Tennessee and Southwest Virginia. News 5's Rebecca Pepin and Chris Michaels are at St. Anne's Catholic School in Bristol, and Chief Meteorologist Dave Dirks is in Johnson City at the Public Library.
And in Athens, Tennessee, we have our Storm Track 5 meteorologist Ricky Matthews and News 5's Ellie Romero live in a spot that will see complete darkness during this eclipse.
And Ricky and Ellie, the question now, what is going on at that NASA viewing site?
The excitement level, Preston, is growing here for sure. We are in McMinn County between Etowah and Englewood. Ellie and I arrived around 9 a.m. this morning, and there were already people already here setting up their telescopes, setting up their cameras, getting their solar eclipse glasses out, and we had that partial begin here around 1 o'clock, and the excitement level was through the roof. Solar eclipses occur when the moon covers up the sun, casting a shadow on the Earth below. The moon orbits, on average, 239,000 miles from Earth. The sun, although much larger than the moon, appears the same size as the moon to us. This allows for solar eclipses to occur. There are two views typically seen during a total solar eclipse: a partial and a total eclipse. A partial eclipse is just what it sounds like, an eclipse that only covers part of the sun. This occurs when the penumbra of the moon is cast on the Earth below. A total eclipse is where the moon completely covers the sun. During this, the umbra of the moon is cast on the Earth below. As the moon covers up the sun, it reveals the corona, or atmosphere of the sun, something rarely seen. The last solar eclipse to happen anywhere in the United States was in 1979. On average, somewhere on Earth experiences a total solar eclipse every 18 months. However, eclipses rarely return to the same area year after year. In fact, the eclipse return period is roughly 375 years. That's what makes the 2017 eclipse so cool.
Nature's blackout has been on the minds of many for years now. While we may not be in the totality zone, here's what we should expect this afternoon. The eclipse began shortly after 1 p.m., with the maximum eclipse being around 2:35. It comes to an end at 4 p.m., wrapping up a show that most of the United States hasn't seen in nearly a century. In the Tri-Cities, the sun is going to be 96% covered during the maximum eclipse. North of that, 92 to 94% covered, and south of the Tri-Cities, 96 to 98% covered. So with that said, what exactly is the sky going to look like?
With 96% of the sun blocked by the moon for the Tri-Cities for this eclipse, we should be able to see that the lighting is going to look eerily silvery.
It's still unsafe to look directly at the sun during this eclipse without special eclipse glasses. That's especially the case with us not being in the totality zone.
You run the risk of having what we call solar retinopathy, where the rods and cones literally can be burned.
In 2001, the temperature dropped by 15 degrees in Zambia during a total solar eclipse. Outside of totality, temperatures can still drop 5 to 10 degrees, with lower humidity levels favoring more of a drop in temperature. We'll show you how the temperature drops locally coming up later in the show.
In the Tri-Cities, several area libraries are hosting viewing events for the solar eclipse today.
And one of those is in Johnson City. That's where Chief Meteorologist Dave Dirks is this afternoon. Dave, what's the excitement level like in Johnson City?
We are live from the Johnson City Public Library enjoying an eclipse viewing event right now. And, of course, It's getting a little dark. We're about an hour into the eclipse, and it is noticeably darker here downtown Johnson City. Of course, I've got the safety glasses, but joining me right now, talk a little bit about the event, is Jennifer Johnson with the Public Library. Talk about why y'all decided to kind of host this event for the folks in Johnson City.
Well, we knew it was going to be a huge event on a national scale, and we just wanted to provide something for the community by providing the free glasses.
And over here, you got kind of a unique way of actually observing the eclipse if you don't have the glasses, right?
Right. So the sun actually projects down through the binoculars, and if you hold up the piece of poster board, you'll see what's left of the sun projecting onto the poster board.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Thanks for dropping by and letting us be here with you guys during your event. Hey, right now we want to go talk to this young man right here. What's your name, bud?
Josiah.
And Josiah, what is your favorite thing so far about the eclipse?
Well, I like how the sun looks whenever I look at it.
It's kind of disappearing, isn't it?
Yeah, it's like a crescent.
Right. And what do you hope to see when it, at its max?
I hope to see like a dark circle and then like light going around it.
I'm with you, man. Thank you. All right, buddy. Okay, so the peak, actually, the max is at 236 here in Johnson City. As I said, and as he mentioned, it's over half, I think, covered up now as far as the moon is concerned. And the peak at 236, I think it's going to be a real crowd pleaser when that actually happens.
All right, guys, show me your eclipse glasses. Woohoo!
Just the eclipse.
All right, I am going to hand it over to Chris Michaels now because he's talking about the science of it all. He's been recording the temperature, and we've seen some fascinating things happen.
We have, yeah, and actually, I don't even need that mic. I've got one right here. How fancy is that? How cool. All right, so yeah, we've been tracking the temperature ever since we got out here, and here's what's gone on, guys. We started out at 84.4 degrees. We're now at 82.4, so that means what? The temperature's dropped by how much? 2 degrees, all right? And you can kind of notice the sky getting just a little dimmer. We're not going to go 100% black here in the Tri-Cities, but it is getting a little dimmer. We're reducing the solar radiation, or the amount of sunlight that comes in, and so we're going to track the temperature changes. We're also sending it to NASA. I think that's pretty cool. We get to talk with the space guys, and we get to tell them just how much the temperature is dropping. It's going to be important for future solar eclipses. So, Rebecca, actually, as we're talking, the sky's just getting different. It's really eerie. It's a little freaky, but it's so awesome. So I hope you guys have a chance to check it out. Keep in mind that we are streaming on our website, WCYB.com/live-stream. Go ahead, check this out. Once-in-a-lifetime event. Guys, we'll throw it back to you.
And we are, of course, wanting you guys to send us your pictures as you are able to safely take those, and we want to share those with you as we go throughout the special show here. And here's a couple of those we're beginning to get in at this point. A few of you have shared us with us. This is from Stephen from Marion, Virginia, taking it 2:03 this afternoon. Another shot here coming from Bristol, Tennessee. Thanks to Donald Teague for sharing that one with us. And they're just having a little fun there with, looks like the dog wearing the special glasses there.
And as we reach that partial totality, make sure to send us your pictures using the hashtag WCYB Eclipse. And you can also send them to our Facebook and Twitter accounts as well. For News 5's Ricky Matthews and Ellie Romano are live. What are you seeing right now in one of the best views of that eclipse?
Olivia, it's a very eerie sky here. The crowd behind us is getting very excited, Ellie, because we're only just a few moments away from totality here.
I know. I just looked up into the sun with my eclipse glasses, and I'm going to do it again right now. It's just a sliver, like less than a crescent moon, it looks like right now.
Yeah, it looks like a teeny little crescent moon, and I'm going to leave these glasses on every once in a while here. So if you see me wearing those, it's important because I'm still using eye safety as we get closer and closer to the eclipse. But there's a few things you want to look for when this total eclipse occurs, and we're going to try to show it to you on our camera here. The first thing is that diamond ring effect. That occurs because the beams of light from the sun are shining through a few of the valleys on the moon. The other thing you're going to look for is Bailey's beads. Those are another element that is a result of that last little bit of light fading away from the sun. And it is getting amazingly darker here. In fact, I'm going to put these glasses on right now. Let's take that camera full onto the sun, because we're going to have totality here in just a moment.
Yep, we can hear people coming around telling us totality is about to happen. The cheers are getting louder and louder.
And as soon as this happens, you're going to hear a massive scream from this crowd, I almost guarantee you.
You're going to hear it from me, too.
And so we're really just seeing that teeny little crescent of the moon, or the sun, excuse me, right now, as the moon continues to cover up the sun.
It's moving so much quicker than I anticipated.
And this actually moves almost at 1,500 miles per hour across the Earth, Ellie. So when they were seeing it on the West Coast, we weren't seeing it here. There we go. We got the last teeny little bit. So now let's watch for that Bailey's beads and the diamond ring effect. We'll see if we see a little burst of light right when you hit totality. The last teeny little bit is slithering away, and you may see a flash right about now.
Take them in the dark. Take them in the dark.
Now, Ellie, take your glasses off here. And all around us, it is literally dark.
Oh my gosh, it's beautiful.
And we are seeing the corona of the sun. That is the outer atmosphere of the sun that you're looking at right there. Usually that is not visible to us at all here on Earth. But because of the solar eclipse, we're able to see that corona of the sun around us. That corona is incredibly hot. It's a little area of the sun that is a faint glow around the sun right now. It's about 3.5 million degrees Fahrenheit. And I'm looking around the sky here, and you can actually see a few planets and stars.
Oh, are those what those
That's what those are, Ellie, yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Right over here to the right, you can see one little planet.
Do you know which one that is?
I don't off the top of my head. I know Mars and Jupiter are a couple of the visible ones.
Ooh, let's say it's Jupiter.
Wow, this is incredible.
It looks like it's dusk. I can't believe how dark it just got.
And this is only going to last for about 2 minutes here. Sometimes these eclipses can last 7, 8 minutes, but for us here, this is only lasting about 2 minutes in its total time.
And besides how beautiful this looks, the other thing I noticed immediately is this huge temperature jump we just had, which
it's gotten cooler.
I'm loving this right now because it's been so hot here all day, and I'm finally feeling some cool air.
It looks like it's about, let's say, what'd you say, 7, 8, 9 o'clock at night. It looks like that last little bit of glow right before the sun sets on the horizon.
It almost sounds like we can hear crickets.
You can. You can hear the crickets chirping.
think it's nighttime.
That is incredible.
Wow.
So it's a little hard to see them, but those little things you see around the sun, those are actually the prominences. These are large, bright features standing outward from the sun's surface that you can only see during this totality. This is the thing, Ellie, that people travel all across the world to see. We are so lucky where we are that if you lived in the Tri-Cities, you only had to travel a short distance down to here into this path of totality to see this sight.
This really is something. I don't think my jaw has shut since this happened.
I purposely didn't tell Ellie 100% of what was going to happen because I wanted her reaction during this.
Oh my gosh, I didn't know that this is what was going to happen.
And now, of course, if you're seeing this view now and you want to see this coming up later in your life, your next shot is in 2024. That's when the next total eclipse in the United States is going to be actually April 8th, 2024.
Oh, okay.
That track is going to go from Texas to Maine. In the Tri-Cities, we're going to see about 86% coverage. You can almost see where the moon is getting a little bit further on the right side. It's kind of hard for me. There we go.
Oh,
so now you're seeing...
So do we have to put our glasses back on?
Yes, now is the time to put your glasses back on in that path of totality.
Oh, and you can hear everyone cheering. That was such an amazing, amazing phenomenon.
And that's it. That's your 2 minutes. And about
that was 2 minutes?
2 minutes and 34 seconds of totality.
That felt 30 seconds.
Take your glasses off here. Look around. Watch as it just gets brighter and brighter.
Oh my gosh. Wow, it's going from light to dark from over there.
And it's so hard to describe this amount of light.
Like
I hope our camera's doing it justice because it's not really a specific time in the day to describe to you. It's like a very silvery kind of light.
Yes. Oh, it's like morning over here, and it almost looks like a thunderstorm is approaching us because it just looks very gray and silver.
That's an awesome way to describe it. All right. Well, that was totality here in Athens. Areas east of here are going to experience totality next. And we're going to toss it back to you guys in the studio because we have had one incredible time here in Athens, Tennessee. And I hope you guys enjoyed our sights as well back in the Tri-Cities.
Some of you guys have been sharing your pictures with us. We can take a look at some of those as well this afternoon.
Yeah, let's check out some of the viewer pictures that we've been receiving. So this one came in from Marion, Virginia as the eclipse began. Another one from Bristol, Tennessee. And Man and Beast been enjoying it, putting on the glasses. And one more, thanks to Elizabeth for sending that picture in. As we take a live look around the region, of course, there's still a lot of daylight out there, but it is, you kind of notice that difference, kind of a silvery look. So we're not getting all of the effects that they are getting down in the total eclipse zone down around Athens, Tennessee. But if you have those glasses, you still have some time to go look at the sun. Through those glasses, you will see most of the sun covered. So it's amazing that with just 5 to 6% of sunlight, it still looks that bright outside.
And you're saying that it'll still stay partially covered for at least a couple hours?
Yeah, it looks like the eclipse will completely end about 4 o'clock this afternoon.
All right, well, thank you for sharing some time with us this afternoon for Nature's Blackout as we've tracked the 2017 solar eclipse. We now join NBC News for a special report already in progress.
Nature's Blackout, tracking the 2017 solar eclipse, has been a Storm Track 5 special presentation.